Well, let's show you the dirty one first, because that makes sense, doesn't it? Look at that, yeah. So this is the one we're just waiting for parts from the US to come back at the moment, and when they do, all we've got to do is basically fit the little fella down there, hydraulic ram, and then we are cooking with gas. But so we have some lights up in here, which is great. And I've been able to fit 2 Corvettes end on end. And everybody keeps asking me which one's my favourite. And I don't know. I'm watching Harvey. I had this cloth barrier here just in case I got a bit close.
I would say, probably guessing average would have been 50.
How do I make Harvey quiet?
I don't know. There are a few, like a lot of young
Hang on.
young people there.
That's better. All right. So we're getting there. Had a few days off crook. Again, you must be getting sick of hearing that. It's always, same story. Anyway, we've got the 911 turbo to fit in with the 911 non-turbo, and the beautiful this car. I love it. As you know, this is the one that came up from. I always forget the name of the place. Drove down. It's down near Ballarat. Marryatville? No, that's Adelaide. No, Maryborough. Anyway, I've been sitting out here watching YouTube basically for the last, couple of weeks. I get a day out here, then I, 3 days off, and then I get a day out here. Anyway, the good news is that we are getting there. But the bad news is I stuffed up today. Went all the way to Bunnings. I got all the conduits that we needed. And a trick for new players, old players, all of us. There's 2 boxes you can buy. And just to show you quickly, is there a PowerPoint here and all this mess? Oh, box of them here. Yeah. There is such a thing as a GPO, which is a wider GPO. And as you can see, the difference. So when I go to put... Oh, well, you can see I've just quickly shoved one on here for a minute. It's all got to come apart tomorrow because they don't fit. But I just threw it on there just to sort of isolate it so I can actually get some power up the other end just to run these roller doors tonight. And we'll do a quick hook up there. But anyway, that's minor. And the list of things that go wrong in life, that's pretty minor. I've got my HRE wheels ready to go to chuck on the 911 turbo. Oh, hang on. It's getting better through that way. These are big. They're really good size. They really are. And this is back from the paint shop. I know it looks dirty at the moment. Thank you very much to the guys at Top Coat, as per usual. Once you get the dust off it, this thing's like glass. And that's just unbelievable. All my cars go to Top Coat. So if you live in the Albury-Wodonga area or close by, actually, I reckon if you live in Melbourne, bring your car up to them. But no, they do a fantastic job. They really do. Anyway, so why have I got all these cars over here? Well, there's a story with that. And my favourite, the thing that paid a few bills. Thank God for that. Yeah, and as you saw on Facebook, we did a thing to talk about dragways or American racing wheels going on this fella. And this is, I don't know, I love this car. I've been in 2 minds on it to do different things, even sell it, which I had an offer which would have made me a lot of money, and I decided not to. I just thought, no. So we're going to chrome up all these white bits down the bottom, put some chrome dragways, and we've got the chrome spear that's going to go on the bonnet here. So we'll get rid of this Commodore logo on the front, and I don't know if you see that in the dark, but yeah. Anyway, but I did make mention of this the other day, but it's got this incredible stereo system in it. There's actually Sony amplifiers, and there's just so much stuff in it. And it all just started from me moving the car and then realising that there's this really nice deck in there, and thought, oh, I wonder what that sounds like. And once I found out what it sounded like, I thought, my goodness, Look what a classic this thing is. Look, I will be honest, I'm looking at buying an entire HR interior right now, just in case we do another HR. Part of me thinks the HR interior, though, and the colour of it might even work. Might be for this. I don't know yet. Look, I'm not going to play around with the interior because it's power steering, air conditioning, everything. It just drives beautifully. And the seats feel so comfortable. So for the moment, don't muck around with what works. Anyway, obviously my other little beauty, this is the one that got brought over from the British Virgin Islands, the C4. And this, I'm starting to think, is more of a gem. This will be going into top coat. Had a mate of mine sort of semi-interested, and the colour just wasn't quite right for him. And I get that. I mean, I love the colour, but some people, different colours, different, strokes, different folks. But I think this one, will spend a month with top coat and come out looking like glass because there's so much mechanically being done to it. It's just crazy. Anyway, which brings me to, someone asked me today, because I've got a few cars still up on the hill up there. You can't really see them at the moment. There's certainly a few more cars up there. And the Leyland P76 is actually a bit of garden art sitting out in the front yard. But of course, this is the style of wheel, by the way, that I think is going to suit the EK panel van beautifully. I really do. It's and if they could be American racing wheels versus the dragway, I'd almost prefer that. So we'll see. All right, so finally, this thing that's been on the hoist for so long, I had someone who was supposed to come in and fix this, and I gave him a whole lot of radios and a lot of money, and I got completely ripped off by one of our club members, would you believe it? One of our own radio club members. Crazy. Anyway, nowhere to be found. Anyway, he left me with an awful mess because we had a small ignition problem, which then he went cutting wires everywhere, and he lost all our... He decided he's just going to cut wires on the alarm system, which is just truly a bad idea. We were trying to work out, the immobiliser, what's going on. Anyway, the problem with it is it, has been starting. It's got a full recon motor in it. It's got a full recon gearbox. It's, don't laugh, but this dusty piece of, this car, Sam's car, her birthday present in 2015, was it, Sam, I think? By the way, I got her those for Christmas. She hadn't got to drive it with these new wheels, but these are really, really nice competition wheels. They look fantastic on it compared to the Boxster wheels. Anyway, story doesn't start, but we know it's an immobiliser talking to the computer issue, and we have got a whiz-bang auto electrician coming in who's been studying the circuits and bits. He's a local boy, and actually I just got on charge tonight. And why is that not lighting up? Is it charging, or is it saying it's charged? May actually be charged, to be honest. I'll put a voltmeter on that, just double check that, because actually that battery, I had it unhooked, and we did charge it probably a month ago, so it may actually be fine. Anyway, this is Sam's pride and joy, covered in dust, the seat out because we're access to the computer system, and we're hopeful to get this going very, very soon. And it's been up in the air because I've had other cars in here. Like this area here had another 911, which obviously moved over the other shed. And there was another Corvette sitting in here. So it's been a little bit tight as far as, there's the tyre pressure. Yeah, good. But this would be nice to get going for her. Mainly because, as Sam said to me, she said, look, this was the birthday present. We always thought iSpot. It's like some sort of drug number plate, iSpot, don't know. Anyway, so hopefully our local auto electrician who lives in the town, so poor guy, he knows we know where he lives. No, look, it may be a fault that unfortunately I've got to send the computer and the immobiliser. They're two separate boxes, and when you lift the roof up here, you get access. Don't mind these, by the way. Sam gave me these rainbow. It's so cold tonight. She said, put these on. And I thought, well, that's very open-minded of me, but I'm going to do it because my hands were freezing cold. And it's, I don't know, probably 10 o'clock at night at the moment, I'm guessing. Yeah, look, this would be so nice to get going, because once cleaned up again, if I showed you the receipts on this, you would laugh. This car has $200,000 worth of receipts, which you would think that is impossible to spend on a Boxster. But the previous owner, as much as he laughs about it as much as we do, he definitely proved it to us. It is a big folder, manila folder full of... And the major money was being spent with Porsche, because let me just say that this man has got money, loads of it, and he does not have time for warranty. So basically he bought a whole new motor for this thing, and he bought that in Chellingworth's at Porsche Chellingworth's in Perth. And anyway, then he moved over to Melbourne, and he basically had a major failure with that, sort of 60 odd grand he'd spent. But in my life, I would have been shipping it back to Chellingworth's and saying, hey, listen, maybe sort out this problem, because 60 grand's not, a small number in my life, but in his life, he decided he not only changed the motor, but he upgraded and went up to a next level and basically made this thing really zoom along. So this thing operates more like a Boxster S. It's long story. I'll go into it one day, show you all the paperwork. But yeah, anyway. So tomorrow, and why I'm still out here at 10 o'clock at night, is I've just got to find as many bits and pieces and information just to help my chap coming tomorrow to where we got to. And like things like I've got brand new ignition switches sitting in stock somewhere in that mess over there, etc., etc. Oh, I forgot to put this away too. Yeah, so all my big boy stuff. I love the big boy. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just make a mess. If you ever want to get into cleaning products and stuff that just works, the big boy brands are really good. Pressure washers. I've even got their I've got their vacuum and wet system for cleaning carpets and everything, but also their dryer. Like, so basically, how the car wash dries your car. We've got the versions of that where we can just, there it is. We just hook up to the big boy blower, the Blower Pro, and yeah. Now all this shed is, as you can see, we weren't mucking around. A few months ago I said that, don't want that get much closer. A few months ago, and thank you, Gary. This I'll better take that inside. There you go. Going to use that as a bit of a link with our C4FM stuff. But where did I get to? Sorry, I went off track then. I think we were talking about the various big boy products. But anyway, that being said, of course. So we get all these doors out of here. We get all this rubbish out here. I've actually got a 3 metre long bookcase going in the corner here, or in the back, not sure yet, corner or back. Maybe the corner on that side there, I think. These gloves are so funky. And we're going to do a lot of automotive stuff there, because believe it or not, with all this insulation, etc., we don't get a lot of problems with moisture in here, which is good. And I thought, I don't have one spot where all my automotive books go. And what we'll do is we'll have like some cloth that comes down from it, so it's not getting covered in dust all the time. But finally, it's been in the container for 12 years. We brought it over from Adelaide, and it's going to come over. So yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's a bit of an update. Scissor lift's been going fantastic. If you can imagine what we've done here, we're about to do out here, and with the scissor, it takes no time at all to get them all mounted. It does take a little time to wire it. And of course, what we'll do, I think it works out, there's 24 lights go up out here. So this is going to light up like a Christmas tree from one end to the other. And as you can see, without the scissor, this would be a painful job, because you're elevated quite a bit up there. So trying to remember, that's about 9 or 10 metres, I think. 9? No, I think it's about 9. But yeah, so pretty much there'll be bays of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and yeah, coming through. And then the same thing. So we're going to have to set up our laser to make sure we get them all in the right spot. You don't want them looking crooked. and even the section over here where we want to basically box in just on the far end, but that'll all be lights there as well. So it will be impressive because these lights, and thank you very much to Aaron, our man who saved our house when it was burning down. Aaron was able to get me some boxes and boxes of LED battens, and RF-wise, they're very good. They really are. I'm not getting any RF issues with them. They're as noise-free as I've ever seen, so very good for the radio people on the channel, of course. But yeah, they definitely put out a bit of light. I did think about doing a roll with them across that back beam there, but I think we're okay. I think I've got enough light. I just thought, maybe if we do any benches down the front here, but all this here's got to go, because as you can see, it gets pretty tight with some of the bigger cars. And the McLaren anyway, sorry, let's not talk about that right now. Anyway, I've got other cars coming, and long story, but a bit of a surprise. But anyway, some cars are longer, especially when you start looking at supercars. They just, they're really they take up quite a bit of space. But the Corvette C8 really is one of the longer ones. I haven't actually measured difference between a C3 and a C8. C8 looks longer, but it's deceiving actually. I must look that up. But see the front with the nose, where you easily get two Porsches in. So, but using up that last bit of space, getting through to the back end here, is a bit crucial if things like when I try to get the track hawk in, which is sitting up on the hill at the moment. Just somewhere up there. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, you won't see much, but the red GMC's up there and the Trackhawk's up there, and Ron's old car's still sitting there. That was supposed to be sold too, but people, they let you down a bit sometimes. But anyway, doesn't matter. All sorted out. We've been very busy with. Well, we haven't actually. The real estate agents have been really busy with Cass' house and Ron's house, sorry, and that's going extremely well. We'll have some announcements soon, but I never pop corks until it's time to pop a cork. Anyway, all right, there you go. That's been today. I've just got to do a quick connection just to make these roller doors work again. I could just literally just close them for the night, but I just like to have everything in lock-up stage. So I just quickly throw a connection in just to say, right, let's just hook it up for the night and get ourselves going. All right, there you go. That's a bit of an overview. The only car you're not really seeing is the P76. And got plans for that, but not till summer. I've got too much else to do. But in summer, we'll release a few ideas on the P76 and how we get a 44-gallon drum and a body in the barrel in there, and how we might relive some of the days of Snowtown or something. I don't know. We'll be there. This goes in for roadworthy. Finally, the number plate change, and where are they? Over here. Oh yeah. Look, I've got to be honest. We were a bit short on ideas of plates because there wasn't much available. So we went with something orange. How's that going to look? You know what? The orange will work. But don't be surprised if I end up shelving that plate and putting something else on there. I do this. I mean, you pay $650 or something, and no big deal if you get it wrong. I don't know. I mean, did we get it wrong? Maybe you can tell me. If you get a good suggestion for a plate that's available in Victoria, and remember, check V plates, because all the suggestions in the world are useless if, unfortunately, if the plate's not available. But this one, and I don't think I've got the plates out, but my 911T is going on the turbo Porsche over here. So that's a great plate. Thanks very much to Greg. And really appreciate it, mate. It's funny. I had a choice of two plates, And it wasn't really the money. I didn't care about that so much. It was more about, sort of, what was it? Mr. 911T or my 911T. And I think in the end, my 911T was the better choice. Mr. 911T sounds like a bit of a wank, maybe not. Don't know what plate we're going to put on the C3. The reason I say that is it might go on club plates anyway for a while. Some of these cars are not going to get out, this one and this one, will see the road enough to warrant full registration. But some of the other ones, you've got to be a bit smart and maybe put some on club reg. And tomorrow, all this rubbish has got to go that's sitting here. Anybody want to buy, because my scissor lift is doing everything I need, man lift here or antenna mask, guys. This owes me $6,000 and we've had it out for, we had it out for under $3,000. It's not the money. I don't care about the money. I just need it to go to somebody that can use it. So sing out. It gets about 10 metres height from memory with pole, etc. We've used it mainly for testing antennas, so we can just quickly run it up. There's another video on our YouTube channel that can show you that. But all this rubbish here, this is dangerous. It really is. We get a wind that comes through here, and you can see what's going to happen to this beautiful blue paintwork. So tomorrow we are turning this into a bit of a zone where things are not so messy. And we've just got to get these pipes in over here, and then we can concrete, just get the bobcat, scrape all here, concrete this area quickly, and look at the size of it. I could get 3 cars in there. Do you hear that, Sam? 3 more cars. Yeah, definitely 3 more cars there. And we can get another 4 to 8 cars, depending on who you talk to, me or Sam, down in the new 8 roller door or 4 roller door shed, depending on who you talk to. So that will be interesting too, because I'm not on the planet a long time, but I'm having so much fun with collecting cars that I don't know. I've never really mentioned this too. This 911 actually came with a very, very, very exclusive wheel. Try and find those. Do your research. Trust me, you won't find them. They're very hard to get. All right, I better go just get this last bit of power hook up just for now, just to get us out of trouble for tonight. And tomorrow's another day. And hopefully, who knows, maybe we get Sam's Boxster going. I think the computer's going to have to go to be matched up with the immobiliser, but I'm hoping to be wrong. 7-3s, guys, all the best, and nice to be back out of bed for a little bit anyway. I don't do well with that. Rob, good to hear from you this morning too, mate. Thank you very much. I've got these people that are just great friends of mine, doing welfare checks on me, and I really appreciate that. And actually, I was able to report to him today. No, I'm getting moving today, which is good. So, Rob over there, you know who you are. Thanks, mate. I do appreciate all your everything. You know what I'm talking about. All right, thanks, guys. All the best, and maybe this needs a clean. Cheers.